Renekton has always been considered a very aggressive, pushing top laner that's really good at just forcing you back. Typically, good wave clear and just good sustain is something that you want to try and run into Renekton, someone that can't necessarily get bullied as much. I think Poppy is a safe pick because you have the shield on the passive, someone who has reasonable wave clear with the Q. Later on into the game, she will outscale in terms of value, and I think this is very much a Unicorns of Love composition.
I think it definitely is the case. I mean, you take one thing away, they can find something else to really replace it, get themselves the global pressure, get themselves something that can survive, strong lanes all around. But we'll see if Unicorns start forcing those fights early on, or if G2 can slow the tempo down. That's the big burning question for this game.
Really excited, though, for this Renekton pick, and both these teams going up against each other, because you can see G2 picking something a little bit more scaling, something that will spike around the mid to late game, something that we heard the analyst desk talk about, whereas the Unicorns, they have a lot of ways to force those fights.
Yes, indeed they do. We're about ready to face off. The teams have got everything in their pockets. It's game one of a best of three. Man, I cannot wait to see how this one goes down.
I'm really excited too. This has been a long build-up now. We're halfway through the split. Whoever gets a win here will solidify themselves as the rank 1 team in Europe.
Defined perks. Xerxes was just threatening, but Trick was not perturbed by this at all. Ends up being a 2v2 for just a little while, but they're just going to poke it out. No first blood just yet, and that is exactly the way G2 Esports want to play this game.
I think Perks really wanted to go back. He actually hasn't had an opportunity yet. He's sitting on a lot of gold, so having Trick come mid to just help clear out the wave means that Perks isn't overextending the possibility of a collapse. And speaking of that...
Oh, it's a catch. Oh, Xerxes, the damage! Well, he really took it to Trick right there. First blood secured for the Kazakhs.
And I wonder if they're going to go for this.
I think they are. Throws down the smoke screen, flashing preemptively. Chachi still got his. He's going to burn it, but is it too late? It is! A collateral damage from Trick means he gets a kill. Since the junglers haven't been looking top for a little while, it has been a quieter affair there. But still, the shockwave's going to land in the mid. Exile a little bit low. Perks is going to run it in for a kill on Exile.
Solo kill by Perks in the mid lane. And we do actually see a bit of training up top. But no kill is going to come out of that. But the fact that Perks was able to get a solo kill is so impressive. Actually maxing his Q first, something that is fairly standard for Orianna, that he'd already managed to get 2 or 3 points in his W as they now look for a roam bot.
Here we go, the Abyssal Voyage to cut off Samix and Hylissang for their own tower. Hylissang is going to get walked right into the chains. Double chains are on right now, but Hylissang, he might not live through this one. They're going to flash, the ball is out, and Perks claims another. Still not an even story in the bottom. Sven has a whole BF sword on that of Samix, so going to be harder and harder for Unicorns to try and contest this. Let's take a look up top, though, as the junglers are going to be joining in. The hammer comes out. It's flashed away from. Chachi has to burn his own. Xerxes coming a little bit late. A slice, a dice, an auto, and a kill for the interior crocodile alligator. Hylissang's going to dodge one. He's going to dodge two, but has to force his flash, and the last one's going to connect right on the edge of it, and he gets taken down by Trick. A teleport being expended, but G2 are going to be running away with this one. Spitting expect back into Chachi. The ball will dissuade any further action. It's a quick 1-for-0 in favor of G2 Esports. There's always a chance they may try to make a trade or at least try to pick someone off, but you can see Hylissang and Samix guarding against it right now as Xerxes has backed away under tower. G2 appear to be threatening, moving most of their members towards the mid. Excel's got to be careful not to get hit by a ball. One champion gets taken out in a big ball of burst, and G2 just might change their tune. Chachi, meanwhile, is getting work done on the bottom, and that is going to prompt G2 to actually start off this Baron. Chachi does not have his teleport available, so this is at best a 4v5 for a while.
I wouldn't be surprised if G2 just use this as an opportunity to turn around and force the fight, because they should not go for a 50-50 steal.
Now they're going to turn around, and Perks just absolutely melts through Samix here. Unicorns tried to respond, but it was G2 that were just a little too quick. Let's see how the fight shakes out. Chachi knocks Sven into the wall, but it doesn't matter, and now the hammer comes to knock him away, but they're safe under mid-turret, and it's a curtain call being opened up. Unicorns are going to have to get out and dodge real quick, and they're realm warped out of there, but Hylissang is left on his own.
Hylissang has no flash.
Oh, he might get stopped up. He does have silences, however. Trick moving forward. He's going to try to dodge away. Flashing, and Trick with another. That's 2 for G2.
I say innovative, but just strong way to force a fight as Hylissang ends up going down again.
We just saw him die, but there he goes again. Hylissang is going back to Fountain the Express route, 0-0-4 on the game. G2, it just keeps getting better and better for this team. Sven's starting to get rolling himself.
Going for an Infinity Edge second. And they're going to use that damage spike to actually go for the Baron. Lovely play from Trick to actually go over the wall and remove the blast cone threat. Will they commit though?
Yeah, Mithy, he's going to get the Grey Health on, and Chachi's going to send one flying, but he might give his life for it. They do manage to take down Mithy, and Exile goes in onto Trick, doesn't have the damage to finish the job. He has to warp out to safety, but not before Expect gets one last slice on him. It is a 2-for-1. G2 once again come out ahead. Well, we've seen this dance a couple of times, and Expect, he throws down the Dominus, and in comes Mithy. Chachi's got a flash, and he is not going to be able to use it. 3-on-1 ain't fair, but Expect comes out with the kill. And they typically do not give it up after that. Perkz is going to insta-cleanse the Nether Grasp of Hylissang, and he's still safe on the mid. The shockwave is huge. Command delete, and G2 are looking to do just that to visit Chachi. The hammer, the windup, it is not enough to knock everybody out of dodge. The redemption comes in, he gets Expect into a wall, and it is not enough damage. He flashes away. G2 keep all their members alive by the skin of their teeth, and they claim 2 unicorns.
Perkz turning to Hylissang and saying, that's not an ultimate, this is an ultimate. Using that, flashing in aggressively to get the shutdown onto him. Unicorns tried to turn around for a fight, but they are just so far behind and in such a bad position that it is a clean teamfight win for G2 as they are now kicking off the Baron.
Now Perkz is sitting around the other side to see if he can spot out a steal attempt by Xerxes. Could be dangerous here. Samix and Exile are still there. Piercing Arrow comes in. Trick was already around the side and he spotted Xerxes. The damage is not quite enough, and off screen, Perkz just picks off Exile. This is looking better and better for G2. Xerxes would need to be the hero, but they are taking their time about this one. Hylissang incoming. G2 still committing for this. Very low. Mithy is tanking up too much. He dies. In goes Xerxes! Oh my word, he doesn't get the steal, but that was close.
It certainly looked like it because he does get the kill onto Mithy, but that is not the target that he wanted to be damaging.
Into the base of Unicorns.
They are dividing the Unicorns lineup. They know they have a big gold lead, and now they're trying to force it.
Oh man, Perkz is just so slippery. He finally gets shut down, but Exile nearly eats it. He's gonna have to walk out back to Fountain. Another tower's taken down on the bottom side. Trick was pecking away at it. Unicorns are sensing desperation. Maybe now looking for Mithy. He's got Grey Health. He's not even gonna need to use it. Unicorns trying to charge down the mid. Trick says, that's fine, I can go back to base, I can buy some items. G2 are not flustered in the slightest.
As they actually go for a bit of a 1v2 against Expect.
I mean, Expect is going to get stopped up for a second by the Nether Grasp, but look at how squishy Hylissang is, and Expect is recognizing that. Meanwhile, Trick was just polishing off another tower. Hylissang, he's going to get flashed on, he's going to get sliced down to 0, and Chachi just doesn't have the damage. The shockwave is pulling in Exile. Dodging the collateral damage, but it doesn't mean a thing. Expect is just too damn big, and G2 are onto the inhibitors. They don't need the Baron.
They do not, Pyra. They're looking to close that game 1 right now. They've gotten a kill onto Exile, a kill onto Hylissang, and they're in a prime position to look to finish this game. And now we talked about the Baron. G2 already setting up around it. The question is, what can UOL do to try and get the steal back? Because we saw Xerxes try earlier on, wasn't quite able to do it. But there's always a chance for another.
There's the Realm Warp. Oh, they've got to bring everybody, but they're into the pit. The hammer. Oh, they're just going to take it down themselves. It's not stolen away. Trick secured it with the smite. It was a nice try, boys. But in the end, G2 Esports, they may not have been expecting that one, but they were able to finish it off.
I love the all-in play from the Unicorns of Love. That is such a Unicorns thing to do. They know their backs are against the wall, so they just make the play. They go in, all 5 members into the Baron pit. They try to force the steal, and while they can't get it, it doesn't matter because they go down valiantly.
Win or lose, these guys definitely played it out with style. Mithy Swallows visit Chachi for the kill. It's gonna be only Nexus turrets taken down for the end of it all, 20-5. G2 playing out, cool, calm, collected, and they will take game number 1 over the Unicorns of Love.
Very clean game from G2 Esports. Early on when Xerxes got that first blood, I thought, this is a great start for Unicorn. Xerxes can now restart to snowball these lanes, get his solo laners ahead, but he does provide good disengage and act as a good front line, which G2 are somewhat lacking. Now, the fact that they've actually picked up the Azir, we did see it come out from Febiven last week. against G2, in fact, and it got heavily punished by the Orianna. But now that it's going into the Rise, we can talk a little bit more about it, but it is a very farm-centric lane where the Azir can't really look to make a lot of aggressive plays, but the big shift now is G2 are playing once again towards that mid-game spike. They don't necessarily have early aggressors, but they do have a phenomenal team fighting composition.
Well, for the Unicorns, I don't think it's too shabby for them either. Still some scaling picks, but Gnar could give the Rumble a hard time. And I want to see what Samix and Hellsing can get done this time around. It is two tanky supports facing off against one another with long-range poke from the AD carries, but that doesn't change much.
Finally, we move away from all the range supports. Pyra, when was the last time you saw two tanks in the bottom lane, eh?
Oof. I think it might have been a bit of time. We saw, well, one versus a ranged one last time around, but that actually went the tank's way, so hey.
We'll have a little bit more back and forth in the bottom lane. The top lane's pretty exciting because we have the return of Gnar. Unicorns drafting themselves a bit more of a 1-3-1 comp this time around. Gonna look to try and divide the G2 Esports lineup, but this very depends on the laners having success again. If you want to have a good 1-3-1 composition where you divide G2 Esports, then you need to be able, or you need to be confident in your Rise to be able to 1v1 out on his side lane and the Gnar to be able to 1v1 out on his. UOL have actually somewhat predicted this, and they've got a lot of deep vision down in the bottom lane. So they're able to read the map movements from Trick, and they don't end up getting punished for it. But now because G2 have the push down bottom, they can look to get a bit of deep vision down in Unicorn's bottom half of the jungle.
So they go roving around, only finding the spot to throw the ward in. Should be running into the Unicorn's ward as well. Just taking a look at how things are. It is a very, very even game since no major moves have happened just yet. Mithy will spot Hylissang out. Sends a tongue lashing. There's the chains on. Samix is having to be careful here. Flashing away. Samix stopped up for just a second and Hylissang noms him. Putting it back to the safety of tower, but it is not over yet. Expect around the backside with an equalizer. It looked like he teleported on that ward, and Samix is going down for first blood. Trick is there to try and get two. Doesn't manage to find it until the last second. Exile looking for revenge. In comes Xerxes. It is a party in this bot lane, but the Unicorns may not have the numbers. Exile does get a kill, but not before he goes down. Daisy looking to try and even the odds, but it's too late. Expect a Mithy. They should be able to walk away from this one.
3 for 1 in favor of G2. Remember that ward that Trick had already placed in the enemy jungle earlier on after the push that G2 had gotten enabled Expect to go for this TP play down bot and get G2 all of these early kills.
Chachi couldn't match it, so instead he was stuck up in the top lane, pecking away at this tower. He won't even secure it right now. But 3 kills to 1 is something that G2 can be happy taking. Xerxes looking to push them back for now, but there's no backup except the Tom Kench comes out of the woodwork, and they find Expect on the backside. Samix getting a little revenge.
Good response from the Unicorns, utilizing the ultimate from Hylissang to punish the fact that G2 had not cleared out the way fast enough, and they stuck around a little bit too long.
I think he really has been stepping up, though, based on game 1. And just in general, even what he's done on this Azir, it's creative, it's different. I really like that coming out of the mid laner. And Hylissang and Xerxes are going to start a fight with Mithy and Trick. Sven around the side. Redemption's flying. Teleport's going. It's getting crazy. And Mithy's going to have to go back under tower. Exile around the backside. Picks off Sven. Curtain calls on to Mithy. They're going to take him down as a double to Exile. Looking for more. The Unicorns were the ones that got the collapse off, and Trick is fighting it out, but Chachi takes him down.
We told you it was about this point in the game where the Unicorns switch their on button on, and they finally force a fight, and they're looking straight for Baron.
20 minutes, it's just spawned right now. The Unicorns are going all in on this one. There's a teleport coming out of Expect. Daisy is tanking this Baron up. They're trying to collapse. The equalizer's on. In goes Chachi. He gets shuffled right on back, but this Baron's real low. It's gonna get secured. Smarted down. Expects in the pit. He gives his life. Oh my goodness, Unicorns of Love have come up with it.
We might not have time for that as a play comes top.
Everybody's on the top side. Expect finds himself in unfriendly territory. Daisy tanking everything through. Not enough minions to finish off that turret, and Samix gets blown away by Trick just up the river.
Unicorns of Love are suddenly all over the shop. Exile has been forced back, and G2 are looking for a potential collapse.
They might be able to do it here. No ultimate for Trick, but it's no problem at all as they've slowed down Hylissang. Chachi's going to get a big Gnar into the wall, but he may not go very far after that one. Looked like he was getting narbecued for just a second. Hylissang eats him up, but he's back to mini form. There is no tower, and Perks shuffling around the side. They turn their attention to visit Chachi, but Perks goes down. Chachi walks away, but not till a piercing arrow takes him down to Fountain. It is 2 for 1. G2 come up ahead, but just barely.
Frick is able to punish him in rotation, and now...
Speaking of, all right, Sven's just trying to play ring around the river, or ring around the brush, I should say. Hylissang's gonna eat him up. Kill secured by Xerxes.
Okay, this game is
Back to Unicorns.
This game is getting a little bit out of control now, because now we have to look at Sven and wonder, what was he doing there? Not respecting the...
I don't even know anymore.
I don't even know anymore, We were praising G2 in game 1 for their clean execution. Game 2, Unicorns of Love start off responding to the aggression from G2 incredibly well. They then force a play up in the top side, and they then start gaining control over the map with a 20-minute Baron.
Actually going to start this Baron here. Expects not far behind. Chachi has TP, but Baron's already at half health.
Here comes the Realm War.
Oh, they're bringing everybody to the party. It was just a zone, but they weren't going to be anyway fooled by it, and now they take the Baron. Exile getting locked up. He's got shields for days. Chachi is around the side, but he's got no Narbar. They're looking for Expect, see if they can polish him off. Even though the Baron buff was there, Expect goes golden, and he might be going down. Doesn't take anybody with him, and Samix getting the kill credit for that. Perks a little low. Daisy getting pulled into Trick. The rest of the team right on top of him. Perks equalizes Exile, and Trick is left all by his own. It's a 2 for 1, but G2 have Baron on 3.
G2 just go for the force onto Baron. I'm not sure if they wanted to actually force a fight or the Baron was their objective, but either way, they're able to get what they want, and they end up getting away with it. And then...
there was a part 2 to this.
Oh, Samix. That could have been fine for the Unicorns. You took 2 Barons down, you get a couple kills, you can reset the wave, and then you end up giving a kill.
And now you have this. So it's definitely gone a little wonky, but the gold game is very even right now. G2 can be happy. As it's 30 minutes in, there's an Infernal Dragon just ripe for the taking, and they can march through this mid to try and push on. Xerxes looking to make a counterplay. Exile, Hylissang, Chachi, Samix, they're all here, but G2 are playing this one a little wiser, or are they? Curtain calls opened up. Chachi is mini-Gnar, but he's got shields once again. It's going to be Perks that gets blown up by Samix. Meanwhile, in the back, Expect throws down the equalizer. The red carpet is not enough to burn through anybody. So G2 lose 1 as they got some damage on this turret, but it could have been a lot worse. Mithy was looking real low.
All right, Samix, you redeemed yourself a little bit. Let's see if you can get anything else.
They've got Xerxes. Oh, they just bring everybody through, and they're going to stop up Sven for just a second. Mithy will give his life. Xerxes takes the kill credit. That's going to be a big dragon now for Unicorns of Love. Trick comes right on in, and he steals it right back away. Big plays for G2 to keep themselves from losing out on too much. Baron is not the only objective. About to hit the Rift. There's also an Elder Drake as Hylissang flashes forward, trying to get that tongue lash off onto Perks. They're on Baron right now. They've started it. G2. It's already down to half health. They've got the damage, but Xerxes is going to throw in the brush. Will they be able to take it? Curtain calls open. They find one shot into Trick, one onto Mithy. In comes Daisy. It's down to 1,500. Is it going to get stolen away? Xerxes plays the hero, and he grabs it right from under G2's nose. And Exile around the side gets Perks. This is going great for Unicorns right now. They're getting knocked up, but Hylissang is going to get a nom on onto Samix. Mithy and Sven, a double kill. They're looking for everything. They nearly get the ace and a triple for the Rise. What the hell was that?
Xerxes, that was a great steal, but G2, what are you doing? There is no need for you to go for a 50-50 Baron smite and give the game to the Unicorns of Love, because with that, with those death timers, there is no way that the Unicorns can be stopped.
Just when it looked like it was going to be a real close one that might go all the way, the Unicorns, they're finding the way to finish the game. One big, crucial mistake from G2 Esports, and the Unicorns just grab everything off the back of this. With Daisy taking the turret, it's only Expect. A few seconds left on Trick. They get the exhaust, they get the towers, they force the flash from Expect, and it will be a hell of a hold if Trick can hold on to this one. Chachi's still tanking through. The last Nexus turret is down. But Mithy and Perks are back up, and Unicorns, they've got to retreat from this one. Chachi a little bit low, and Exile is going to get shut down. The rest of the Unicorns trying to get out of town. It's Hylissang who's going to make it out with Xerxes, or is he? Hylissang might be giving his life as well, and it is nearly a reverse ace.
But it's too little too late for G2, because what objectives are they going to get off the back of this? They've lost their bottom inhibitor, they've lost their Nexus towers, and sure, you may very well be able to get yourself the Elder Dragon, but
it does not make up for what you have lost in this game.
A board from Chachi. Oh, are you kidding me? Is he going to be able to get this one? He hops in. There's no Nexus turrets. He's got one shot. He's got two. He's going to have to flash around the side. Expect picks up Exile. But the Nexus is going low. There's a double kill for Sven. They've managed to finish it. Daisy is going to be the only one left. They defend, but there's a big Gnar. 1 auto, 2 autos, 3. No, he just didn't. Oh, are you kidding? There's one damn hit left.
Sven gets the quadra kill and stops Unicorns from ending the game. UOL, what was that? Why would you commit all 5 members to ending? Those are really long death timers, and G2 mid, they might look to end the game.
They're looking to do it right now. You can already see Perks moving it up the mid. The rest of the team's there. They've got Trick on defense. There's 30 seconds left on everybody, Vedius.
G2 may very well be able to turn this one around. I question what G2 are doing, but then UOL go and make the same sort of a play. Are G2 actually going to do it?
They've just got Nexus turrets left. I mean, there's still 8 seconds on Hill is saying there's still 5 seconds on Samix. They're going to plow through the rest of it. It's 40 minutes into this game. What a wild one it's been. But in the end, it is going to be G2 and 0. Holy moly!
Look at the joy on their faces.